slide for the benefit of our study abroad students. And let's see. Actually, I guess I'll wear this. And again, I'll be running around with the mic, the handheld mic, sticking in your faces when you want to talk. And by the way, it's like, I did find out, no matter how loud you talk, if the microphone is not like within about 10 feet of you, the audio is like a total loss. So I'm going to be trying to be diligent, trying to run around and remember to put the mic in front of you. Let's see, is this ready to boot yet? Okay, getting some action here. Ta-da, happy apple. There we go. All right, slow start today, but actually I can start talking about some of the things we're going to be doing today. Actually, two things, which is another chance to reassert your project ideas. So anyone who wants to do that today, because what I'm going to start doing, if other people don't seem to be interested in your idea based on just the little information you gave, and you don't seem interested in pushing it, then I'll just cut it off the list. Now, you can bring any of your ideas back if you want at any point. All you have to do is just say that you want to, reassert your project idea, and we'll bring it back in to talk about it. But for now, I'm going to start winnowing down the list. And nothing's working yet. My sad little Mac here is getting a slow start. Okay, now let me put that up there. And of course, this is starting slow. Hopefully, is that coming? Yep, that's booting up. Okay. Oh, and of course, I need to plug it in. The other thing that we need to spend a lot of time on today is reviewing and finding out as much as we can about the seniors' capstone projects. And I'll be asking you, do you know these guys? Do you know what they're working on? I mean, the information I've got is very little, actually. I saw the presentations, which were, some of them were great, some of them were not as great. And then, Professor Aschenfelder sent me those slides, those individuals. Well, we'll take a look at what she sent. And then a list of the names and who's on each team. And basically, that's all I had. So I've been talking to some people, like Jorge gave me some information because he's on one of the projects, and so he was able to send some stuff around. And so we're going to go through that. And also, so like I said, I'm going to ask you guys, do you know what these projects are about? And I'm going to, in real time, take down your observations or what you know about their projects. And then at the end of this, we have to walk away from, eventually we'll basically nail down a list of who is going to shadow which project. Because that's one of the requirements for you guys for this semester, is that you're going to basically team up with one of them, and we're going to give you some things to do. Like the first thing is going to be you write a press release on their project that they're going to use as part of their promotions. So that plus a couple other things. That'll be enough work for today. So let's see, let me just check. Let's see, can I get to a couple things here? And great, my files haven't downloaded yet because it's all still booting up. All right. So let me get actually into Slack. Here we go, and now it comes. Come on, go faster. There we go. Okay, So I know you can't see this on the screen here, but this should remind you, like, this is the document that we're working off of, my running list of project ideas, your project ideas. So if I noted everything correctly based on what I remember, those are the ones that we talked about. We talked about 4 of them last time, and then I turned it back to you guys as like, okay, so who wants to actually reassert one of your project ideas? So I don't know, maybe I didn't make that clear or didn't communicate it well enough. So far only one person actually put a little check there. Famous, we can talk about your other idea as well. And the offer is out to you guys, and if you want to, like right now, just tell me which one of these that you want to talk about, and so we can basically put that on the table for us to consider as something we want to develop. At this point, well, so think about that, and at this point, let me kind of connect up with you, Famous, and let's see, I need to remember where did you send, I forgot, did you guys send your slides? Do I have it? Oh yeah, that's right, it's all coming back to me now. Sometimes I mistake, like all the project slides and idea slides from DMS 104 and you guys, but that's right. I must have had them at some point because I gave you those printouts. So, did you guys send it to? It was in Slack, though. I think was that how you?
Blackboard.
Oh, in Blackboard. Ah, yeah, Blackboard. The system I love to hate. So let me just dive in there, and let's see, Capstone. So, Grade Center. I think Famous. Ah, yes, it's all coming back to me now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is actually ask for things to go faster. Oh, come on, there we go. Okay, so if you would introduce this idea to us, you can just take us through your slide, and then what I'm going to ask all of us is like, we pepper them with questions. It's like, what was that, or how does that work? And what I'm going to be mostly focused on is asking you about some of the logistical things of like, does anyone know how to like program that, or do we have any experience or any tools existing, or is it like a totally blank slate that we have to build everything from scratch? And after a few minutes, I think we'll probably all get our heads around your idea, and then we'll leave it at that, and then maybe we can change over to someone else's idea.
Should I go at the front, or?
No, actually, no, that's okay. I mean, everyone can hear him, and I'm going to check to make sure that the camera is still working.
Okay.
So actually, yeah, take it away.
Awesome. My second idea was a silent social media aspect. For those of you that were at the DMS fair last week, and remember Exposure's event, they took like pictures of the Underground Bandit subway, like the graffiti there, and you can view it in like a digital room using your phone. I wanted to take that idea further and create a virtual world anywhere ever where you just hold your phone up and you can see a graffiti tag that someone has digitally placed on a building. Like anywhere would be, yeah.
So virtual graffiti.
Pretty much.
Using your phone. So basically there would be 2 aspects to it. It's like, how do you leave graffiti? Mm-hmm. And then another first question that pops in my head is like, how would other people know that there was graffiti there to actually look at?
You wouldn't. You would just check. It'd be like Pokemon Go. Like you can get like a little notification saying, "Hey, there's some cool stuff around," and you just hold your phone up and try to find it.
Okay. I've got some questions. Anyone else want to pepper them with questions of like, or just say, "Hey, that's great," or what? Drink your coffee. Come on. Okay, I'll ask. So to do the what would the input be? Or have you thought it through that far? Like, how would you scribble on a virtual wall in AR?
I thought that would be kind of difficult to program. Something I believe I could do eventually, but just having someone be able to upload a picture like they made on Illustrator or something would be just easier, and you just put it on the service. But you don't have to design it on the platform. You can just upload an image that you already like made.
Okay, so you take a pic. So like, say, like I'm in this room, and I want to draw something right here.
It's more like you would put it on the wall. So you would already have made it like some other, like Illustrator or Photoshop, and you just want to put your image on the virtual wall.
Okay, would you consider also maybe having like actual an app on everyone's phone or anyone's phone where they actually can hold it up? Basically, it's augmented reality kind of thing, and you can scribble with your finger, or larger devices you can use a pen or something else while you're actually holding it up.
I thought about it. It just seemed really ambitious, and I didn't know how to do it. But I would really love it if I could do that.
Yeah, that would be the thing. I don't know if we can do that either, but it sounds intriguing. The other idea then, so you have a picture, and so you're basically sending your picture and associating it with a geographic location. And would the picture actually just be in space, or actually kind of on the wall, or we don't know yet?
I thought it would kind of be like away from the wall, like kind of like floating in space.
Oh, so it could be. It doesn't have to be on a wall. It could be like right here.
Yeah, just like a location, and like you can walk around and see like the whole thing. But that.
Yeah, actually, I think that might be technically more feasible, because that kind of accuracy of actually having it here, as opposed to like floating like around here, would probably be easier. But want to hand the microphone right behind you?
There's an app called WorldBrush that does that. Like, you just point your phone and then you just like draw, and it floats in like a three-dimensional space, and you can like do words or pictures, and it geotags it too, so you can like go back to it and it will still be there. Though I don't know how much. I don't think it does a lot with the communication aspect of it. Like, I don't think there'll be notifications.
Not social, not very social. It's just
it's
kind of you do something for you kind of thing.
I think so. Although I just haven't played as much with the social aspect of it. But that sort of technology, it's still kind of like primitive. Like it's kind of buggy, but it's definitely there, or very close to being where you'd want it to be.
Yeah, that might be something you want to look into, as like an idea as a starter concept, but then augment it, and that would definitely be a. Yeah, thanks. That would be a good capstone project, sounds like.
So my question is, if people are like taking pictures of graffiti, let's say, right, and then they're like uploading or whatever, and then the geotag happens, I mean, is the geotag like really exact? Because then wouldn't they already be able to see the graffiti, or is it just like an area? So like, my understanding of it, at least, like if let's say, because I'm not really an artist, I came across some cool graffiti, right? And I took a picture of it, and then I uploaded it onto the thing. And then somebody else came along, and it's like geotagged or whatever, so they saw like, oh, there's like graffiti here. Oh. Would it be like in that exact area? Because then they would just be able to like see the graffiti on the wall. Or would it be like within, 300 feet, there's graffiti somewhere, and you can like look at it on your phone? Do you understand?
Yeah. Is that, it sounds, maybe I'm misunderstanding. Is that the idea, or is that kind of a twist on the idea?
That's actually kind of a twist on the idea. I was thinking like you would make your own and then put it somewhere, not like taking a photo of someone else's and viewing it. But that's a cool twist. Like, if enough people take a photo of the same art, just grow in size, like floating above the city. So like,
yeah. As you're going through this, I'm thinking of like different ways people could use it. And I can imagine, like, if something happened in a particular spot, like a car accident, you can take a picture of it and basically add it as graffiti. It's not really graffiti per se, but basically it's an event that happened in space in a location. The accident gets cleaned up, the cars move away, but your picture of it remains. and people could walk up to it and see here was these mangled cars right here, or something, or that kind of stuff, which also could get a little creepy if like someone was hit by the car. There's their body, you know. But I'm you know, I'm extrapolating a lot there.
It can be really good for, like for police and forensics, just like taking a photo of stuff and like it's always there.
Oh yeah, that's actually a very practical application. Yeah.
If you were to have it for like car crashes, you can kind of see the traffic, like, and maybe they should fix like different road work in order to like prevent a lot of accidents happening in one place. So you can see like where like a buildup is, and like based on that, change maybe like it's too curvy, or like there's not enough lights around there. So based on that, like try to change like.
Oh yeah, there could be all sorts of applications for this. Not, you know, don't flex too much off of my, you know, car accident idea, but
It would.
Yeah.
I think that would be a cool idea.
yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, any other thoughts or brainstorms around Famous's idea? Yeah, this is definitely one. This is a good one to keep in the mix there. So, anything else? Anything else from you? Okay, hold on to that. Let me turn it back to all you guys, and get back to this list. Whoops, no, come back list. So this, yeah, I see a bunch of you are in there. All I'm asking is, if you want to assert yourself now, just plop an X, or just tell me, you know, that you want to bring yours to the forefront now and actually give it another chance. Because again, you know, you didn't have much of a chance the first time because it was just like almost a popularity, you know, contest. We just based on a couple things up there, and so. Yeah, anyone else want to talk about their ideas, or else I'm going to move it off to a list of dead ideas. Again, you can resurrect them later, but yes, Caroline.
So I was thinking of doing a digital smoothie. So like a digital smoothie maker. So like you would have to, I guess, like either prick your finger in the morning, or like, I don't know, you could. And then it could determine what vitamins you're missing. And then based on that, through Bluetooth, it would connect to a smoothie. And then the smoothie would release like what vitamins you're missing and like what you need for that day. So like in the morning, you would like connect to like what vitamin levels you're missing.
Okay, yeah, the one. Prick yourself, what do you mean by that?
So like, I mean, like you could do like either they have like the test to see like what you're missing in your blood. Like that'd probably be the most accurate. I mean.
Oh, I know what you like.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, like
glucose.
Like, yeah. So your glucose levels or like something like that. I mean, we could find a different way to do it, I guess, if people didn't like.
So basically, I'm trying to think how the whole workflow would be. It's like. So is this specifically for diabetics or for anyone?
No, for anyone. So like if you're missing, like it would tell you what you're missing, and you're right. Like there's so many tests that.
Okay, let me ask questions as you go.
Yeah.
What do you mean? How would it know what you're missing?
So like there's like all like these medical tests like have like what is like missing, and like based on colors, and like if like they'll say like, let's say if you. I'm trying to think what.
Sorry to put you on the spot. Yeah.
No, it's fine. So, like, there are levels that you can, I guess, test in your blood. Like they have take-home like tests that you can see like what you're missing, like in like
so it's a
CVS and stuff.
So a test that actually where you prick your finger or something like that, or do a little test.
Yeah.
It says. So is that for the day or the half a day or?
Yeah, you wouldn't have to like do it, I guess, every day, because I guess like your vitamin levels aren't changing that much on a daily basis.
And what if you're not doing that test? You're just generally don't have like diabetes or any sugar problems, blood sugar problems.
Even if you just want to know like what your vitamin like intake is, and if like what you need more in your body, I guess like you could still do it and see like if you're missing like, you know, like.
Okay, so actually let me ask there, just testing my understanding. So if I'm totally healthy, which I'm not, you know, there is the daily recommended, you know, numbers that I should be paying attention to, like how many calories, vitamins per day.
Yeah.
So I could just start on that. Like I get up in the morning, I haven't had anything, haven't had breakfast yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so start me from there.
So that's probably like the best time to check, I'm guessing,
Yeah.
because like you don't have
Or you
anything in your
check.
system. Yeah. And then based on that, so let's say if you're missing like vitamin B or something,
Yeah.
right? It connects to the smoothie, and then the smoothie machine, sorry.
Yeah.
And then it'll drop like vitamins into your smoothie for the rest of the day. You like take it, you go to work, and then you're set on your on your vitamin B for a while.
Oh wait, so okay. One thing I guess it's coming together in my mind now. I didn't understand before is that we're actually talking about a device, that makes smoothies.
Yeah. Sorry, I like feel like I didn't explain that very well.
Okay, because I was thinking like a virtual smoothie, you know.
No. Yeah. So.
No, it's actual smoothie.
Yeah. So like it literally just releases like vitamin, like powdered vitamin into your smoothie.
Yeah.
That like the one that you were missing, and then it's like in your smoothie for like the rest of the day.
Now where I'm going to go, but actually I'm turning it back to you guys to kind of noodle and ask questions. But where I'm going to go is like, how do we do that? But
It's tough.
yeah, it's tough. We'll talk about that. Any initial questions on the whole concept or anything at all you want to throw at Carolyn?
Yeah.
Throw it back.
So if people are afraid of like picking their stuff in like a little tab or something,
Yeah, like I'm sure, like, because I'm so scared, I don't want to do that. But I'm sure there are different ways of testing it. Like, I guess you could do it through, like, urine if you wanted to, or like something like different. I don't know, just something different. Like, if you wanted to test it in a different way. Yeah.
Oh, I got it. All right.
I just run it.
Go, run. Thank you. Thanks for... Jesus. I'm gonna
Two
kill myself.
things. First of all, I think you could do that stuff through saliva tests. So like that would be a different. It's probably not quite as accurate, I'm sure, but like it would still be in the ballpark range. Second of all, would there be a way? I mean, this is just a potential idea to think about, but a way to like have them think about like what they want to focus on. You know, like if they, for example, are like really worried that like their B12 levels are low or something, and be like, okay, like I want to like focus on making sure like these levels are high enough, or like a way to kind of like have some input into like what their smoothie is, I guess, instead of just being like, you know, this program automatically like you need to do all of these things and then just automatically like inputting it. Maybe like a way to see
You could
like,
override.
yeah, be like, I want to add this and this and this, but like not this today because I don't feel like I need it or something like that.
Like that hard, I think just release it. Like there'll be all the different factors on top, and then just release based on like what you manually put in.
So, oh yeah, wait, more questions right back there.
Oh, sorry.
Can you pick the flavor of the smoothie?
And chocolate, vanilla, strawberry.
Yeah. All right. You want that control there. So, yeah. So we're talking hardware. Do you have a smoothie machine? Does anyone have a smoothie machine? And how does one program one?
That's
And just by the way, just to be real clear, just because you can't answer that question now doesn't mean it's not a good idea and we'll look into it, because that's what we do over this course of this semester is like take something and maybe we'll find out it's like, yeah, no, we can't. Or maybe it's like, actually that's not that hard. And we can work with the people down in the machine shop downstairs here to like, you know, add some, I don't know, some hardware and some mechanical, I don't know, like pill droppers or something like that to something that already exists. And also keep in mind is that, Jarvis will hate me for saying this, but we have money. We have a little money. We have to fill out paperwork, like if we need to buy something. And now, actually, a smoothie machine might be a tough sell, but you know, for DMS, you know, we might be able to do it, and then rip it apart and augment it. So these things are possible. We just actually have to spend the time this semester to figure that stuff out. That's the purpose of this. So, any other questions on the smoothie machine, digital health smoothie machine? We'll come up with a sexy, you know, title for it, you know, later. But this could have some legs to it. Okay. Anyone else want to toss one up? All right.
good luck following me.
Yeah. Let me. Let's see. Which one was it? While I try to catch up.
It's the food truck one.
What was it called?
Food truck.
food truck. Oh, yeah. Let's see. What am I saying? Name. There we go. Food truck. Food truck. Yep. Okay.
Yes.
I love, by the way, food trucks. Okay, you're already speaking my language here.
So basically, it'd be a way to track food trucks as they like drive around the city, and then you could also like order food from them, like to Pingo. You could like read menus and like track nutritional info, and they could even like send newsletters and updates to customers. Yeah, that's the idea.
Okay. Now, this is good. This is not, do you know that there's something that exists that doesn't do half of what you just described? And it'll take a while for me to find it. But it was someone, and I think it was manually run, that basically plugged in, like where, on a Google map, where food trucks were scheduled to be at any particular day. And it was never up to date anyway, and that's all it did. It was just a location kind of thing. Yeah, the whole integration idea of not only, basically as much as you can possibly get, not only location, but ordering. What else did you say?
Menu and nutritional info.
Yeah, oh yeah, the menus, nutritional information, and then even ordering would be the gold standard if you could get at least one truck to sign up for that, and then all the other trucks will get jealous and jump on board. Although actually, just saying it out the front of my face there, I don't know if they actually would be keen to ordering, because they probably don't think they need it. Usually wherever they go, they get a line. But anyway, I'm just brainstorming here. So yeah. Actually, okay. Actually, I'll tell you what, I'm sorry for having everyone run around. Hold on to the mic so you can answer the question, and I'll just leave this here with you.
Okay.
Gerardo?
Thanks.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, it's okay. So my question would be, so the idea for this app would be, it's lunch hour, I'm gonna drive to XYZ and see the food truck there. Would I be like, or would this app only work? So let's say that I work here at the U of R, I would get a notification every time that a food truck comes here at the U of R. Like, what's the intent?
So
Okay.
the GPS.
So
Another feature that you didn't mention before, but that sounds good too. It's like, tell me when they get to campus, because I'm here,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. Well, that was my question.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Next.
Do you plan on integrating it with declining?
With the what?
Declining. Like if the food truck come to campus and like I don't have cash on me, can I
Yeah.
use declining like a tap and go thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. All, of course, would be logistical challenges, but we at this point we don't know how hard things are. So yeah, that would be a good add. Okay. I don't know.
Would you be able to like filter type of food, like only track like Mexican food trucks? Or, like,
Definitely.
I like. The right answer for all of these is yes.
Yeah, you can just keep like a list, like the check next to the ones that you want to keep track of or something, and then just have it only send notifications for those.
Yeah.
I was also thinking it might be good to have like a way that the user could put whether or not they got food poisoning, so you could like track a rate for it.
Wow, that would.
But I thought that might
Right.
Connection to like Yelp reviews.
Yeah. Or link integration with Yelp. I don't know, but yeah, that you have to think that one through. Okay, that's a great idea. So, like, if I could, I'm trying to think of words just to summarize it. So basically, it's an app, just in its highest category, that shows location, menu, as much information as possible about food trucks in terms of location and all that, and also possibly including like online ordering or pre-ordering. And yeah, just as a matter of like how much can we integrate. But the idea is just give people access to food trucks and all that stuff. Anything else or another? Yeah.
I think that's such a cool idea because I read like a study case on Square. So Square is they're a company that they revolutionized the way businesses do credit cards. So usually like it used to be that you needed like a good credit score, you needed a relationship with a bank to like be able to process credit card payments, but they just like took that and like completely reinvented that, and it's super easy. Like I think it's free, you get the credit card reader, you just need like I think your tax ID. So I wonder if there was like an opening there to sort of create a Tapingo-ish like system. So if a mom and pop shop like wanted to like implement like a digital ordering system, offer like a super simple solution. Because I would like think that like to be on Tapingo or to create a platform like Tapingo for your business would be super costly and annoying.
Actually, I know that on a related note, I do know friends of mine that like little businesses like my parents.
Yeah.
Uses Square, and basically they keep on adding more features like
inventory.
You can schedule an appointment with them, and it has all the services he provides and all that stuff, and it's all through Square.
Yeah.
Payment through Square. Now, how that would work? That already exists, but to integrate that, or maybe just like tie it together with the whole location and menus and stuff like that. That might work together, because I know Square is also big on open API. So you can do things along with like leveraging something that exists from Square as part of a new app. So things to keep in mind. All right. Okay. Yep. Hello. Any other thoughts on the food tracker app? Food truck track. Say that 3 times.
Just a quick note, when I originally saw it, I thought the app was food for truckers, and that confused me, so it's like a different title. A food app for truckers seems cool too. I like it, but...
Okay, well, we can take other ideas from stuff like that. I don't know where you're going with that, but I like truckers, I don't know. Okay, want to change gears to anyone else? You guys want to retalk or bring up your ideas? I'm sorry? I can bring up mine. Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah, I was interested in discussing my idea.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, we'll do Amina and then... No, then you're next.
Okay, sorry.
So, what was it while I...
It's called the Vitamin Informer for now.
I'm sorry, vitamin?
Vitamin Informer. It's actually
yeah.
similar to Carolyn's. Yeah.
There you go. And by the way, you guys do know where you're going with all this stuff, is that you got all these ideas. Bless you. But at the end of this, like, I'm trying to think, the seniors right now have 6 ideas. It started from like 20, so a lot of these get thrown out, and a lot of them get combined. So yeah, definitely, talk. Let's see, Amina, where are you? Okay, you want to start while I pull it up? So we'll just take a second.
So basically I started this idea with thinking of kind of doing like a Keurig for vitamins, where basically like you would have the vitamin pods and like it would make a drink where you would have your thought like that might not be practical for everyone. Keurig for vitamins, so
okay. Well, Carolyn thought everyone should, but...
smoothie blender or something I think is going to be more popular than... But so basically I thought, I don't know the technology, how this would technically work necessarily, but I was thinking of using a probe. So basically you would scan yourself somewhere on, like, I know there's research about like where on your body there are certain parts where you can scan and you can see more about, I guess, the vitamins and minerals in your body. So it would be a self-scanning, like you self-examine yourself, and it would be connected to a smartphone app, and it would basically let you know where you're deficient in certain vitamins and minerals.
So something that basically sees if you're down a quart with potassium.
Yeah.
I read a lot about that. You don't have enough potassium.
Right. And then basically it would tell you like where you're deficient in certain vitamins and where you're good in it, and then basically advise you about what types of vitamins or minerals you should be.
So the key thing, of course, would be, does something like that exist? And, or something like that, is it feasible in terms of something we could get? Like, there was like one thing from last year, was it the brain scanner thing, to basically read brainwave activity, and that sounds like, oh no, you're talking magic and science fiction, and it turns out $700, that's all it took, is to actually get that, and it just outputs a data stream, and that actually was, a project idea. So something like that, something that could read. You said you've seen something or you've read something that something like that exists?
Yeah, I read something where like you can scan and like see.
What do you mean scan? Like
using a probe, like they've used them at like I guess like radiologists have used like probes or things to kind of see like what's inside like your bloodstream. It wouldn't be as accurate as like pricking your finger.
So yeah, I was going to ask, does it actually penetrate the skin or is something it sticks?
Yeah, you just like touch your skin somewhere in your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for some people who don't get bothered by it.
Right.
Yeah.
But for someone who wouldn't be bothered by it, like I think it's probably more accurate to prick yourself. But,
Yeah,
like,
agreed.
I don't know if everyone's gonna want to do that,
Right.
on a daily basis. So like something like that would be better.
Definitely pricking would be more accurate, but just for like use.
Yeah.
For everyone who just wants to like I guess get like around the ballpoint of like where their minerals and vitamins are at, I think like scanning with the probe would be practical. So
yeah, the key thing on this idea is to find out, is it feasible for us to do that? And if so, then what can we do to augment and maybe tie it together with actual creation of like some food or something like that, like smoothies.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be cool. Look, hope you do look into that.
I will.
Okay. Any other ones? Before actually, at some point I have to change gears and start talking about the seniors. Yeah. Oh, I thought you're, oh, I'm sorry, yeah. Gerardo.
Yeah. I was interested in discussing my idea regarding the Facebook without the the creepy algorithms. So I've been reading a lot lately about the way Facebook and Google use very advanced like crawling techniques to like sort of target ads to you, and how really like the experience is really tailored to like juice as much personal information from you as you can and build like a profile so they can go and sell it to advertisers. So I wonder like was it possible to like build a social network or build a platform that sort of like turned around that and said, oh, we don't want to like target you, we want to be we're not interested in all of this creepy selling your personal information to advertisers. And how would that look like? Because I've seen like a lot of people, like there's like this ongoing meme on Twitter about how like like if Instagram would just like show me like everything on chronological order and follow like actually show me the things of people I follow, because now you don't even like, you get notifications about this person you follow like this, like it's very like, it's not, I feel like it's so distorted now that the original intent of those networks is
it gets skewed because
it gets skewed, and it's so yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to get my head around, like, okay, so what would actually be our Capstone project? So, yeah.
So would it be like a new social media network, or are you trying to edit Facebook exactly?
No, so actually, honestly, like I know like the intent was to create sort of like a capstone, do this like based on a capstone, but I was just like very interested in that idea. But no, it would not be like I don't think like you would even be able to like I wonder like what would like a new social media giving the precedent of your personal information is everywhere, and I honestly feel like reaching a point where something really creepy is gonna happen, and people are gonna be very turned off. Oh, Facebook knows absolutely everything about me, and privacy is not a thing anymore. So how would a social media network built with those notions in mind look like? Okay.
I can, just add to that. Yeah, I think it's weird. Like, you know how you can do a search on your computer for something and not have Facebook is not even open, but you're using like maybe Google. And so I searched on and went to a website about, I was looking for a new satchel or, side bag there because that's starting to fall apart. And then, like over the next couple of days in Facebook, I see ads about, satchels and messenger bags and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, yeah, I don't know how, what you're saying is intriguing. And you're right, I don't know how that would look but the thing is, yeah, and keeping in mind that Facebook does that on purpose because that is how they make money.
And it's like surprising because I read somewhere that like they make like $17 a year of like your personal information. And honestly, I feel like if you like prompted me, if you asked me like, okay, Gerardo, like no ads on Facebook and no creepy whatsoever for $2 a month, I would probably like be okay. What?
You pay them to don't creep.
Yeah. So I, like I don't want like advertising my email for terms and all of that. So yeah, and I think that like we're really reaching a point where the election and all of this precedent of like hacking. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think privacy is gonna become an ever so important aspect of products.
It's weird. There's a lot of gravity that seems to still be going both ways. Where a lot of people, from my perspective, it's the damn millennials. They don't care about their privacy, but you're right. It's got to hit a point. But anyway, yeah. The thoughts on this?
I just had a question about how like you would prove, I guess, to your users that this was like not taking their personal information, because I know like Facebook, a lot of like the ads and stuff is like pretty obvious, like that they know your other user history. But things like, Facebook has like access to like all of your photos, and like, there have been people saying like my photo is now used in like some other person's ad because I like put it on Facebook or whatever and stuff like that. But like, how would you like show to your users that you weren't doing that other than just being like, we don't do that?
I guess that's a very interesting question. How do you like convey that? I know that like, for example, Apple is like very intense about privacy. Like their business is not about selling ads, so they really like try to like convey that. But I don't know how you would like.
I guess that's like part of it, just creating like a reputation.
Yeah, it's like a reputation.
I think like the reason that we know that about Apple is because like that's the reputation.
Yeah, and then they had like the FBI issue. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Something to think about is like how you're gonna like make your users actually like trust that doing those kinds of things.
Yeah, kind of along those lines, you consider something like Snapchat. They tell us, your stuff goes away, and after a while, I believe them that after they're not storing or using our snaps, and it seems to work.
They do have snaps. They have them, but they don't necessarily like go and look at all of them. But I know like.
Oh, they have access to.
There was like this story about like someone who like committed a murder and he Snapchatted it apparently, like, and people saw it. So like the company like went back and found the snap. So, like,
no.
Yeah, so they had his snap. So like, that's what I heard. But like that I know they have snaps, but they don't necessarily like go through all of them. But they have access for them for a certain amount of time before they actually.
So it's a lie. The cake is a lie. Everything I ever believed. But anyway, yeah, huge topic. We just have to figure out a way to kind of turn that into a capstone project. And it could be, by the way, the capstone projects, as you'll see with the seniors, some of them are like singular events, not necessarily like an app that will live forever, but like a demonstration, presentation, those kind of things. So there's a nugget of something there. So we'll hold on to that. Okay, I'll tell you what, just hang on to that or put that down right there. I'm going to change gears and actually, so for all the other things on the list, since actually it was good we got going there, I'm going to check off later, I'll put the date there that we discussed all these other ideas. And I'm just leaving it up to you guys to keep track of like what we talked about, and some of these good ideas. And hopefully if these microphones work and everything like that, we'll have a running record of what we talked about, hopefully. Still working. And so for now, actually, I'm going to hold on to this. We'll come back to it actually over the next couple of weeks. With these ideas, what we're going to do, just so you know where we're going, is then we're going to start drilling down on some of the ideas and start talking about feasibility, like your skill set. Everyone here, like what skills do you bring to the table in terms of technical things, programming abilities, and other experiences. So we need to start lining those up with the ideas that we want to pursue. And then eventually, closer to the end of the semester, we'll actually start hopefully putting together what are they called? Not prototypes, basically demos, so working demos. There was a term for that. I forgot, whatever. We're going to try to build something in the semester just to prove to ourselves that, yeah, we can when you guys actually upgrade to, what am I trying to say? When you're seniors. All right, so let me bring it to this. So there was this document here, it's linked in Slack, or basically, well, it's kind of a long URL. I should try to get a short URL for you guys. So basically, to go to our course documentation page, I now have the selection, basically senior capstone projects, and here's the list, and I've been adding to it. Basically, everything I can find out about it, I put in this list, including for you guys who have said, I want to shadow this team, I put your names here. So some of them don't have any of what I call, shadowers yet. And actually, I got to bring up one. Oh yeah, Shui. Yes. Unfortunately, unless someone wants to bail on X space, there's already 3 there. So, yes.
I got kind of confused. So there's 2 buttons: X space and exposure.
Oh, you're right. Too many X's.
Exposure is subway.
Wait.
Subway project.
Exposure. No. Exposure, actually I need your help for this. I can't quite figure out what they're doing. I think they're doing demos using digital media. The subway one, that's exposure. The subway one is X space. So which one did you want?
I wanted the one for the subway in the virtual augmentation.
That's where you are now.
Okay.
So actually here, let me throw this around.
I'm fine with moving to pip if someone else wants to be on X space.
Oh, yeah, actually, you want to be on X space?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, actually, for little things like that, I guess I won't. Thought we were going to discuss something here. So I'm going to bring up my editor and actually edit this thing in real time. And let's see, let me close that. So senior capstones. Where are my glasses? Okay. So here's my editor. By the way, if you're interested in technologically what I'm doing, I'm using GitHub for our course documentation. And these documents are written in what's called Markdown. Yes, Mojin. Oh. Okay, yeah, hold that thought, I'll get right there. Okay, yeah, I'm going to update this in real time. So, let's see, what did we just say? So, Michael, you're moving from X space to, which one? Pip? Yeah. So, Pip. So now Pip has 3. And, do the math. There's 17 of you guys. 15 plus our 2 study abroad buddies. So everyone needs to jump on board with one of these projects, but to a max of 3. So no more than 3 per project. That way we can kind of spread the love. So there was that, and then Shui Wing. X space is also full, unless you guys change your mind. Let's see, and let me just go back to, what was it? I have too many Slack workspaces here. So I'm basically just going to see what you guys put in. I will copy and paste what you want. So, Pip. Oh, I'm sorry. So Pip is full, unless someone wants to bail. And Mojin, what did you say? Oh wait, Mojin dibs on Pip. Oh, I see. No more on Pip. How about another idea? Actually, you don't have to answer it now. What I want to do now is actually make sure that as much as I know, or actually all of us know about these different project ideas, we share it with each other, because right now I'm kind of at a loss now too. So actually, let me change gears a little bit, go up to the top here, and talk about UR events, which is Mohammed, Wanjun, and Adam. This is, I don't know how useful this will be, let me give it a shot. So we do have, there's no application. What? I'm sorry? Oh yeah, there was no information provided that was sent to me by Professor Aschenfelder. But I can tell you that from what I was able to find out from that event, the DMS fair, and this is probably very unfair for all of these projects, but I basically try to summarize in like one sentence or phrase what I think they're doing. So I said it's an app that finds and sets reminders for events and shows and gives you directions. That's probably terribly unfair, but actually keep this in mind, is like when other people try to ask you, like if you were having a conversation with one of your friends, like, oh yeah, I'm shadowing this other team, they're working on a project, and they will ask you, what is their project? And typically you're not going to go in through, well, it's a exploration of independent research of studies on social media. No, the gravity is always to describe it in like as short a sentence as possible. And that's what's going to happen when you guys are seniors and you're working on your projects. That's what people will do to you. They're going to reduce your entire great idea to a single phrase. And so what I want you guys to do is start thinking now, what will people actually say about your project idea? So as unfair as it's going to be, I figured it's like, yeah, this is a good opportunity to kind of show you what happens. So I'm basically saying that these guys are working on an app, like I said, finds and sets reminders and shows you directions. And they're going to say, it's like, oh, that's only half of it. Here's how I found out about it, though. Let's see, let me bring up just a second. And you guys tell me if, let's see, where the hell was it? Sorry. I'm looking for my link. Oh, here it is. Okay, so this may or may not be useful. We'll see, how much it is. This is the silent movie. So what I did is actually I looked at it and I wrote down the timestamp. And so you have access to it. You can click and basically open this up and go to timestamp 1 hour and 2 minutes and 49 seconds. And so you can see at least a fuzzy version of their slide. Wait, what was it? Yeah, 10249. So it's these guys. Let's see, I'll try to make this big. Oh, there it is. So again, no audio. But you can see their slides, like the next one. Actually, I'll try to. Oh great, when I'm in this mode, I don't have the slider. Okay. So they're basically presenting it as, have you ever been interested in an event and you miss it? That's their, I guess, their value statement. I'm sorry, let me kind of change a little here. And so, but it's really hard to see. Basically, you set up your own filters. So in other words, they probably have a list of events. You set up what you're interested in, and it schedules it for you and gives you notifications and other information about the event. That's the idea. Anyone want to shadow that? I didn't think so. I know, when I was watching this, and I'm like, and by the way, watch, in like 10 seconds, they're done. That was it. Yes?
Is it possible to do shadow 2? Like, just shadow them?
Oh.
Because we have to shadow them?
No, you don't have, you just have to shadow, yeah, you're being very kind. It just occurs to me, I hope they will never watch this video. Yeah, you only need to shadow one. They don't need shadowers, so we're good. So, yeah, so that was that one. Let me pause that. Does anyone else, let me just put it out there. Does anyone know these guys? Yeah. Can anyone have them send me or send you and forward to me any information about, because literally that's all I've got. So, and then I'll just gather it up here so we have like a little database, if you will, of information. So, Journey, Conley and Carolyn. So, already signed up. We can take one more shadower. So here, and help me with this. I'll edit this if I'm unfair. I basically said it's VR content for UR-related locations and events. Did I nail it? I wouldn't say I'm that good. I usually am unfair about these things. Yeah, Famous?
Just because I know.
Actually, here. This is good. Describe what you know about what they're doing.
Just because I work with Mahir, a job on campus, it is VR content related. It's also, their main points is it's VR 360 view and some kind of special audio. It's also 360, like you can hear stuff as if you were actually at the event.
Oh, okay, yeah, and 360 audio. I generally know what that means. Yeah.
There's a word for it, but I don't know what it is. But,
okay, so
yeah.
So it's the VR content, and it's VR, not AR. Or, I mean, you just sit there, and you are traveling virtually. It's not that you go to a place or anything. There's no component like that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so VR content and 360 audio for you, and it's specifically UR-related locations and events.
Yes, so far.
So it could be an event, like an event, or just go to the quad and check out the quad, because it was recorded in this thing. Mm-hmm. Is that a fair, short summary?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Would they probably hate it because it's it's like, oh, but it's so much more.
Mahir hates everything, so yes.
Okay. All right. So we've got 2 shadowers now. Remember, all of you guys need to pick one. So that's one. You don't have to answer, or even if you answer now because you just want to actually put your name out there, because it is first come, first serve. If you want to put your name on this one, I'll write it down right now, or else hold off. But keeping in mind, until next Friday, nothing is set in stone. By Friday next week, we really need to kind of make these decisions. So again, it's a little fluid at this point, but it is going to be first come, first serve. Anyone else? Or okay. The next one, exposure. Here, I'll show you what I got actually at 1 hour 9:30. So, these guys. And to the best of my ability, the best I could figure out is basically they're going to do demos about digital media.
I think that
Okay, yeah, do help me, because I know, I mean, they seem so passionate about it, and I'm like, I'm missing something.
Yeah, no, so, because I was there for the presentation, and I thought it was actually sort of a cool idea. So intent, I think, is to go to high schools and work with high schoolers here in the Rochester area and sort of like have like workshops about digital media with them and get them interested in the field and like sort of preparing them into a career. So I guess like offering like workshops
Demos and workshops using digital media to high schools and maybe other.
I don't know if like the intent was also to sort of like help them like make money, so like you could like I don't know like learn graphic design with these workshops and then like make money as a high schooler. But yeah, that's sort of the idea. But I mean,
that's the idea.
I'm not in the group, so I don't.
Oh, okay.
I'm not an official spokesperson.
Okay. Well, do you want to shadow them or consider that if you want?
Oh, okay.
Because they right now we don't have any shadowers for that team. Actually, Talis, want to hand that over there?
Oh, sure.
I was just gonna say, I think it's like teaching digital literacy to like Rochester City school districts that don't have like as much opportunity to learn kind of digital things, because that's some of the Rochester City schools are not great, and it's the best way I can put that. And they don't have like as much access to digital means and different kinds of digital technology. And so I think it's kind of teaching them like literacy in digital means so that they don't like fall really far behind.
So demo,
It's hard to not know digital things these days and get a job or like that.
For I like the words, digital literacy. Can't spell anything. Let's see, whatever, close enough.
Was there someone else who wanted to say?
Demos and workshops for digital literacy using digital media brought to high schools and other locations and events. It's actually getting longer than I would want. Any other?
Mojin, did you want to say something or no?
Okay. So if anyone wants to consider shadowing that one, let me know. Let's see. Talis, actually, maybe you can help me with RIDE, which is I described as event and VR presentation about marginalized groups. That's probably not fair, but actually, if you could help me with that.
Yeah, I don't know a ton about it, but I thought it looked interesting as far as like who their outreach was.
Yep. So they're making their presentation there.
Yeah, and one of the reasons I was interested in it too is because like my idea kind of deals with like children with disabilities and special needs, and I thought that was kind of similar in like the way you're outreaching marginalized groups and people who might not have as many like products directed towards them. So I thought that would be interesting to like ask them.
Yeah, no, it sounds good. And by the way, one thing I did get, so I have a little more information about their stuff. In this list here, there is their website, which is actually really informative. theride.digitalscholar.rochester.edu. And so you can basically check out, looks like a WordPress website. So read up about the project. And the key thing here, for me, to get my head around this, really quick, I went right to the technology menu item. And so basically they're using these, like Insta360, Oculus Rift, Hardlight VR, which I was going to check it out later, and Oculus Rift earphones. So basically they're cobbling together information about marginalized groups, just to kind of put a big umbrella over the whole, all the different groups. And so there's going to be lots of information presented using all of this like cutting edge, I don't want to say multimedia because that's kind of an old term, but all the different types of digital media that these guys have access to. So let's see, getting back to my list. Oops. Yep, so far we've got one shadower. Talis is gonna check those out, check them out. There's the information, the contact information, and if anyone else wants to, maybe possibly shadow them as well, let me know and I'll add you to this list. Okay, Let's see, for the next one, oh yeah, PIP. Seems to have got 3 of you guys are already on board with that. And I described it as an app to help manage food purchases and usage. Okay. Again, help me, if that's like really unfair, And so they have an Instagram page, Facebook page, a Spark presentation. Actually, here first, let me go to, just so you can clap eyes on the team, 5938. Okay, these are your PIP people. Is that the whole team, or? Well, there you go. So let's see, and let me open up this thing real quick and put this in front of you. So this is also linked from my my cheat sheet here. So basically, it talks about how much waste there is. People buy stuff, don't use it, throw it out. So the solution is an app that gives the ability to better manage your fridge, freezer, and pantry. So I think in a nutshell, an unfair nutshell, that's it. So there's going to be ways to, they're working on building ways to make it easy to input this stuff and then get the reports back of like, yeah, you bought this a week ago, it's going bad in a day, or something like that. That's my interpretation. So at this point, yeah, so got the 3 of you all signed up. Just tell me. For Ryan? Okay. Actually, let's see. I'm sorry, what was your first name? Oh, God, thank you. I know. Well, it's like, by the way, just to let you guys know, it's like I recognize everyone's faces and I see names on lists. I don't always put them together. Yeah. Yeah, and I remember I don't know how to spell that. J what? I. Yeah. Yeah, so you're going to have to shank them in the parking lot or something to, make a space. Okay. I'm sorry, what? When I'm done, I'll save it, and I just press a button and it uploads back up to the server, to actually GitHub. Why am I blanking on your name? I used it a few minutes ago. Amina, God. Amina. So embarrassed. I really don't know any of you people. All right, let's see. So that was PIP is full, and then XSpace VR presentation of the Rochester subway. About right? Okay, and that too, I think we're all set in terms of followers. And also, we could wrap it up. I will bug you as, via, whatchamacallit, see, my brain's shut down. I need more coffee, I need food. Slack. I will send out messages via Slack, just to kind of nudge you guys, keep on doing that. And in fact, I also want to put out an offer, actually a question. So you guys have to coordinate with these people, and the seniors. Would Slack help? I mean, you can actually use our Slack workspace, set up another workspace to basically communicate, through yet another communication tool. But honestly, I'm seeing, in a lot of courses around the university, a lot of people are using Slack more and more. Now, I asked, it was a Professor Eschenfelder, are you guys using Slack? No, they're not. But some of the seniors, actually, I asked around, like I asked Jorge, some of them are using Slack in some of their courses and might actually appreciate like having a Slack channel to work with you guys with. So I guess I'm just putting it out there is that if you want to set that up or invite them to our Slack workspace, you can do that. And any questions on how to do that, just let me know. DM me. If it helps, or you just use email or whatever you people use these days. So get busy, reach out to these guys. Again, the first thing, even though I haven't written it up like what the parameters are for your first assignment is, generally you should know it's going to be a press release, basically a press release that they will release about them that you will write. So now there's no due date on that yet, but maybe in a week or so. And that's where we're moving on this stuff. Yes? Sorry? Oh, I have no idea how long the press release should be. You know, this is just like, this is Professor Jarvis and Aschenfelder, you know, said, and they'll do a press release. It's like, okay, you know, I just signed you up. So I have no other parameters than that. So I owe you that. And then finally, so my plan for next Friday is for the people who have nailed down a team, you know, the other a team to shadow. What I would like to do is ask you guys to do a little shtick here. You present their stuff to us again. It's kind of a double-edged kind of thing. It's not only to get, you know, for us to really understand what the seniors are doing, but also you practice understanding what there is and relating it to us is good practice. And also some other thing which I'll type up, you know, to remind you of what I want next week is also this particular presentation that I want you guys to deliver here. Also tell us about their difficulties and the things that are not working out and share it with all of us. So get to know them and immediately start asking, like, so do you guys hate each other yet? Is it like, are things not working out? Like, what's not working out? And then you write that all down and you bring it here. Not so we can laugh, you know, about them, but actually get a heads up about the problems that they've faced or are facing so we can learn from that kind of stuff. So that'll be next Friday. Okay? Well then, have a nice whatever it is that you people do. I'm gonna go grab some coffee because, man, I'm ready to pass out. Have a nice day, weekend. Oh yeah, thanks. And study abroad students, we'll talk.